Hi, I'm Joe Garcia. Today we'll be talking about my Blu-ray collection. Around the internet and especially on YouTube, you see people showing off their Blu-rays, seeing which ones they have and which ones are great. I have decided to do that, but in chronological order. So, for the next few videos, you'll be seeing my Blu-ray collection through decades, and in the case 2000s, well, by portions, because I have a lot more movies from 2000 and so on. Let's start first off with the 30s and 40s, 50s and 60s. Strange days have fallen on
Fort Minor, we made them.
First off in my Blu-ray collection is one of the oldest ones I have in my collection here, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Of course, Disney's first movie. This movie, of course, features the Blu-ray version, and as you can see, it's a 3-disc version. It features disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3 on DVD. I do like how colorful they made it here. Like on Blu-ray, all blue. On the DVD, plain. I'll throw it a little bit of color. And of course, there's a guide, a code which I won't show you. Oh, and yes. If you look closely, a scene selection on the back. Impressive. Next up is Pinocchio. This one I bought in Hawaii, though there's something different about it. It just didn't come with a slipcover. This, of course, features this 1 and 2 of Pinocchio on Blu-ray, as you see here. And of course on usually colorful on DVD. It's interesting how it looks like they just literally took it off the DVD set, because here, disc 1 Blu-ray, disc 2, and then here disc 1, which is odd considering that there's no disc 2 for the DVD. But anyway, either way it looks great. They're both in color. And of course, like the other one, it's a little guide information here, some info about Blu-ray, and a code. Oh yeah. And the scene selections. Next up here is the Fantasia movies. Now I know technically this one isn't from the 40s, but they're both in the same box, so there's no point. Just take the cover off. Since we're talking about Fantasia, you might as well talk about Fantasia 2000 and just pick a footnote later. Here's Fantasia the Classic, with starring Mickey Mouse. Oh. And of course the plain disc. And then here, of course, is Fantasia 2000, which features Donald and some of the other characters from Fantasia 2000. As you can see, very colorful, like always. And here we have the plain disc. It's weird how more movie companies are just releasing the films on DVD without any colors. Like, you want color? Go get the Blu-ray. Even more movies on Blu-ray have the, like, with the exception of like Disney and Sony, almost every Blu-ray company is releasing them without color. We'll see about that later, but it's weird. No color? Color. I just find it odd. Like the other ones, this includes here brochure, info, and all. Curiously, the back is in plain white. So it'll probably be because, of course, of this beautiful slipcover. See that? It will be. Anywho, here from 1941 we have the movie Dumbo, the 70th anniversary edition. This is the US version of the movie, as you can see by how it has the Disney Movie Awards assigned here on the bottom. In case you're wondering what the difference is between this version of the movie and the other version released around the world earlier in the summer and in March, depending on where you're from, there's not much of a difference. The only difference between this and the other is just simply the fact that the disc itself, the DVD, is gray, and of course the cover. Now, of course, in the cover, I don't mean this. This is the same in every other country, but like the signs of the back is different. Like it's all in English. Depending on which country you go to, it has like a multiple language. The slipcover is here, same as the cover itself. It's boxed in the ugly old boxes they used for Blu-ray back when it began. The company that still use their Disney, Sony, and cheapskates. Here we have the papers as always, which I'm not gonna bother showing you. And then we have here just the Blu-ray itself in color as always, matching exactly the box, and of course your lame DVD. Now it's exclusive to the U.S. because of course it's completely gray, and of course the time that says DVD takes a full priority over the actual title. So let's take a difference here. Here we have priority of title and the fact that it says here Blu-ray. And this one, it says instead DVD and it says here Dumbo. Then again, it is for kids to destroy so you can keep the Blu-ray nice and safe. So that's Dumbo, the 70th anniversary edition from 1941. Here's the last one from the 40s, Bambi. This one I didn't buy originally because I wanted to, mostly because Disney Movie Awards gave me a coupon for it. Yes, spooky. But anyways, here it is. Here's the Bambi, and like the first two, it's in this design. Let's open it up. Now here's Bambi, just one disc, looking exactly the same as the others. Weird. Open it up here in the back. And, oh look, the disc's in color. Strange. Anyway, there's a guide, information on Bambi and all that stuff too. Alright. I like these guides. Like, sure, they might be a waste of money, but still, impressive. Just put it back in. And that's about it for the 40s. Coming up next, the 60s and 70s. And now the 60s and 70s. I don't have much of the 60s, but here's the only one I have. Batman the movie. In case you're wondering, it's the one based on the TV show from the time. It stars, you can see, Adam West and Burt Ward. But this was the cover made for 2008 when it was promoted with The Dark Knight, so it didn't show anything else. So you see information there. Let's open it up. And that's about it, just the Blu-ray itself. It looks pretty good, I will say. And it's the only thing I've got from the TV show, so it's a win-win. Now for the 70s. I do have more than one film from the 70s. I have two. Alright. First one up here is Blazing Saddles from Mel Brooks, one of the funniest comedies. I don't tend to buy comedies from the past, but this one has a few exceptions because it really is funny. Also, I liked it. As you see here, it just has the notice and the Blu-ray itself. So, it's a pretty good disc. And then we have the first part of my Star Trek Blu-ray collection here. This is from Star Trek: The Picture, which was released in 1979. This is just a brochure that came in, so I just put it in here. There's the disc itself, most picture. This is the version that came out in theaters, so it's not the one that's been out a while, the DVD edition, the director's cut. So, there are different versions. There's difference in time and all. So, this is the one that was released to theaters. And the only one available on Blu-ray. And now it's time for the 80s. Now let's go to the 80s. From the 80s I have, well, the rest of my Star Trek collection here. Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4, and Star Trek 5. As you can see, they're all about the same. Disc, and nothing else. This one, disc, nothing else. This one here, disc and nothing else, like the others. And of course, disc and nothing else. I'll just say something about the Star Trek Motion Picture Collection on Blu-ray. It does look pretty good. It really does. Alright, next up here is Michael Jackson Moonwalker, which is technically not available in the US. I got this one in Mexico. Here's the Blu-ray itself. Michael Jackson Moonwalker in all his Blu-ray glory. I don't know when was it released officially, but I'm assuming it was released sometime after Michael Jackson died. It was originally supposedly in Germany and then made its way over to Mexico. It's the only place available, and I don't know about Canada yet, but Mexico I do know it is. It's pretty good, although it's somewhat censored, but that's because it was released first in the UK. But aside from a small censorship edit, there's not much difference. Oh yeah, and it was transferred to widescreen, so pretty good. Last but not least, in the 80s, Batman. This is a Blu-ray book edition, so you see the shine of Batman, and the back, Keaton and Nicholson. Open it up, and we have just like a bunch of interesting pages, of to notice, and the Blu-ray itself for Batman. One of my favorite movies, and one of the more beautiful designs for Blu-ray disc. Why? It's a book, and I like it. It looks nice. Anyways, now for the 90s.